it's nice to have a hookup or someone you know or someone you could, name drop when you go to a dealership if you're looking for a vehicle.
Dude, dealerships can be the
intimidating.
The bane of your existence, but it doesn't have to be that way. We got plenty of contacts for you, really nice guys that you as BDMs can talk to and jump to the front of the line.
If you're looking to purchase a Subaru, which are great vehicles, they hold their value. I had a Forester and a WRX, and talk to Mike Stacks. He's at Sports Subaru, North John Young Parkway.
Yes, sir.
And as long as you talk to Mike Stacks and be like, I'm a Tom and Dan listener, I'm a BDM, he knows. He's been working with us for years.
You can shoot him a message from our website.
And he's going to make sure you get the best deal on a car or whatever you need. And also JC Harrelson at DM Chevy in Claremont.
Maybe you're a Chevy person.
Yep. And if you're looking for a Traverse like my wife has or a Silverado like I drive.
I like that little Colorado.
The Colorado.
I wish I was
that
rich
mid-engine
enough.
Corvette is real nice.
Well, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. I mean, of anybody on the show, like little Danny's inching closer to the Corvette Club. But I've always wanted to be rich enough to just have, I'll just go out and buy a Colorado just to drive around on for projects and stuff, a tiny little truck.
And if you're looking for any of those vehicles, talk to JC Harrelson. He's a sales manager over at DM Chevy in Claremont.
He can work a good deal for you, tell you if it's the right time, find the incentives, because he knows all of that.
Yeah, so you have two hookups. So if you're looking for a Subaru or a Chevy, it's Sports Subaru right there on North John Young Parkway and DM Chevy in Claremont.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We're live on YouTube and Twitch right now, and you can watch us every Monday through Friday. Just search at Tom and Dan Live.
So there's food trucks everywhere, like a lot more than I even anticipated.
And you know my feeling on food trucks.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of eating my food on an ironing board in the middle of the sun, although DC might be a delight to be outside in the was it raining or was it?
I have a story about how we made a bunch of horrible decisions over the break, one after the other.
I would say you didn't make a bunch of horrible decisions. I would say that it was more of you made no planning, right? It was
Crystal had a plan.
She had an itinerary ready to go.
We didn't really talk over if the plan was
you don't like that.
She had a plan. We didn't follow it.
Yeah, but
that's what it sounds like.
It was a loose plan.
I mean, if I'm lying, I'm dying. He doesn't like to be told the plan. You told me that. You said you like it if she's got it planned out. You'd rather just go and enjoy it, right?
Yeah. But, because also, I'm glad you brought this up, Daniel. Because
I'm on your this year, 2024. I want you to finally understand that I am maybe one of one advocate you have, sir.
All right, I'm gonna
one of one.
I'm gonna start bitching.
Gripes.
So
the first gripes of 2024.
Most of the time,
see how quickly I could get him there.
Most of the time, I'm just following my family around. Right? You
told me you like that.
I just let Crystal be the boss of the vacation, and let her tell us what to do and where we're going and whatnot.
You never put your Ralph Laurens down. You never. You're
because I'm like, I don't care. I'm easygoing. The kids are easygoing. We'll just do whatever. We don't have much of an opinion on what we want.
Do it for mommy. Do it for mommy.
Or just it's easier just to let someone else did the work. We'll just ride on their coattails.
Yeah, okay.
I love riding on coattails, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to ride.
Yeah, especially if they're nice coattails.
The other person's walking.
Oh, you should put coattails on your one wheel.
And then every once in a while, and Crystal brought this up the other day, Crystal will turn around at me and then be like, am I going to do it all, or are you going to do something around here?
Oh, I get that all the time.
I love that.
That's called the Daniel.
Yeah,
that's called the Daniel.
I get
now
the Daniel.
You've slipped into the Daniel.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Are you even listening? Do you even know what's happening?
Are you contributing at all?
Well, I see. I'm like, I want to live like Daniel because that's a better way to live.
Get yelled at.
It's a better way to live.
You're gonna get yelled at.
Just let the other be, but also the other person wants to do it. I'm with you.
They're capable. They're more capable than me. Like Andrea's doing something she loves. I don't like doing it, so. It would be natural, it would be natural to just say, well, you go and do it. Just go do it. So you like doing it. I hate
That's like asking a chef to cook at home.
Well, the thing is, Sam,
you got to cook for the chef every once in a while.
Maybe you flipped me on that. I mean, I like what you're saying, but I will still adhere to, if the chef can do it better, then why do you want me to screw it up? Just let the chef do it.
But then what if the chef eats the risotto and it's like, raw?
Okay, hold on.
Maybe they just want a little input so that they feel like
You want a
He's
caveat.
bitching about my risotto.
Yeah, you want a caveat. If you're going to cook for the chef, then the chef's got to keep his goddamn mouth shut.
You got to eat it. You got to tell me how much you like
got
it.
to eat it good.
Yeah. So because
you
when I
eat it like you like it.
when I suggest things,
Wait, what did you suggest?
Everything
though?
I suggest gets. I almost cursed. Everything I suggest gets crapped on in the Dennis household. I've given up.
She starts poking holes like, "Oh, this is inefficiently planned," or "This we shouldn't
we
do
should
this."
go here first because then we'd have to double back here.
Yeah. So then I'm like, "I'll just follow you then," but you can't yell at me that I got to do something every once in a while.
You're in charge.
And when I suggest something, it's by the way, my suggestions are horrible.
Okay.
Because
at least you know.
I'm going to need one. I'm going to need a suggestion.
But she knows that, so don't get mad that I'm not suggesting.
I need one. Give me a suggestion.
No, I suggested Billy. Oh, I wanted to burn the Christmas tree.
You're not supposed to do that.
What's that?
It releases bad chemicals into the. You're not supposed to breathe Christmas tree.
No, it's a tree.
No, dude, you're not supposed to burn Christmas tree.
It's not an artificial tree. It's a real tree.
Solo stove people that I bought my tiny little solo stove from have been sending me an email every morning begging me not to burn my Christmas tree because I'm going to kill my goddamn family.
Oh.
So look it up, Sam.
What do they say it's in there?
They say it's got terpenes in it, and I go, terpenes? That's what's in marijuana. I want to smell those. Give me all the terpenes. They're like, no, these are the bad terpenes, and if you smell these terpenes in this Christmas tree, it'll kill your family. Solo stove.
Anyway, back to food trucks. So, food trucks everywhere. And weird food trucks that we don't have here, like food trucks that they open up and they're selling like...
it's like a bodega, dude.
I love DC, but they got gum and the weird thing.
Everything.
Yeah, it's like
it's a drivable
mini
bodega.
mart. It's a drivable mart and stuff and they also got a lot of ice cream food trucks. A big thing in DC is hundreds of them everywhere. Ice cream food trucks. So we walk out of the Smithsonian. And
I love the Smithsonian. What'd you think? Probably hated it, right?
No.
Did you watch Night at the Museum before you went?
We did.
Yes.
What a corny-ass movie.
Yeah, you're doing it like me now.
Corny.
Although when me and the boys walked in, we're like, this isn't it.
Where's Robin Williams?
Yeah, like there's a hole. Where's the dinosaur? I'm like, it didn't look anything like it.
Hi, boys. Robin Williams was funny on the outside, but sad on the inside. Did you say that? Because you usually do the uncomfortable reel. That's what Andrea does now with Maisie. Let's talk about periods. Let's talk about Robin Williams' suicide.
Yeah, it's not that funny. So we walk out of the Smithsonian, and then there's like 5 ice cream food trucks.
The chat wants to know which Smithsonian you are referring to because there is more than one.
Oh, there's tons.
Right. Yeah. The one with the dinosaurs.
The main.
I'll be honest, I did not know there was more than one. I've never been to DC.
Well, it's a series.
Yeah,
That's not fair for them to even say that to you or to him. The chat room is being... You guys got to get your ass together, chat room. That's not fair.
There's a natural history museum. Okay. There's an air and space.
And they're all Smithsonian.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all the Smithsonian.
Air and Space Museum.
Did you do the spy one?
We didn't do the spy one.
It was on your list, wasn't it? And she said, that's stupid. We'll have to double back.
That's what was on my list.
I knew it.
And it's like, Tracy, like this, you're talking. She's like, we don't have time
you brought
for
up
this.
another woman. You should have never.
Well, no, Tracy drinks a lot, so she knows the stuff that's fun when you're drunk.
That's what I wanted to do.
Drink a lot.
Pretend like you're a spy, yeah.
He wanted to have a couple White Claws, get a buzz, and go to the Spy Museum.
So, anyway, also, I'm not that much of a museum guy, even though we have
you
a
went
bunch
to
of
basically the capital of museums.
I was going to say, I love the Smithsonian because you got to see a lot of history.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, I like the kitschy stuff. Like, you're walking through this little hall, and they're like, that's Michael Jackson's original glove. And I'm like, holy crap, I love that.
I'm ruined by Orlando and like how our theme parks and like what I'm used to. Like everything looks like I'm not impressed by the realness of like.
Do you see the Spirit?
We saw Wright Brothers,
the Spirit of St. Louis, and the Wright Brothers plane.
It was the actual plane.
Yeah.
It was like this is the real Wright Brothers plane. I was like, whoa,
and that was it. That's what he does to me in the morning when he walks out. He's like, whoa, and then that's it. Back to work.
And then
at least you got a whoa.
And then I look at it and I'm like, all right. And then I'm like,
Next.
Whoa. It's like a whoa.
And then an all right, and then move on.
It's a packed
Are you
with people.
Little John of Castleberry? Wow. All right.
Too packed.
Tupac.
And this is going to be the first hot take of 2024.
Yes, write it
Okay,
down.
Here we go.
And this is nearly impossible to say without sounding like the worst person in the world. So hold on for this.
Wait a minute. The first
And-
hot take's going to make you sound like the worst person in the world?
And I don't know if I could even
Maybe you
say
should
this
ease into your-
without
This is a lot of buildup.
But let me try.
Okay.
And please be receptive to it.
You talking to us or to the audience?
To you guys, the audience, and
Okay.
everything. And hear me out.
Yeah.
Before you jump to your conclusion.
Okay, will there be a signal for when you're fully done with your thought?
Yeah, and it may ramble on.
Because
and
you
it
know
may
I like to
circle
interrupt.
talk.
I got a lot of heat about
Yeah.
interrupting. I said that in 2024, less interruptions.
Yeah. They're in D.C., in the museums, there's... wait for it.
Okay, I'm ready.
There's too many different ethnicities around me, and it's very overstimulating.
It's confusing. Yeah, dumb people.
All right, hold on.
Okay, I figured it
Explain
out. When there are dumb
Don't-
people, funny hats from different countries confuse dumb people.
Yeah.
And when they're surrounded by
Yeah.
funny hats and turbans,
Yeah.
and they get freak out.
And but I mean
Goofies,
too many.
turbans, baseball hats.
Like I'm used to the standard
Yeah.
5,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there are French mixed.
Standard 5.
He wants the Burger King Kids Club where you got handicap, black, white, China. Yeah, you want the.
there's languages
standard.
I don't even
Yeah.
know even where they're from.
Well, some-
talking like there
Why
are
do you
people.
care?
Some of them are
That's
just
just too
crazy
much.
people. Some of them are just crazy people who have made up their own language.
There's too many different people around me, and then
and
they're
it's taking you away. So you're sitting there.
I mean, I
trying
think
to-
Hitler said that too. I'm just saying.
No, I don't think Hitler. Hold on. I don't believe Hitler ever said.
I'm just joking.
Hey,
I
watch
don't-
one of the same.
I don't think
Yeah.
Hitler ever said, I'm sitting
it-
there staring at the Spirit of St. Louis and I'm getting confused because there's so many people swirling around me and funny hats that I can't concentrate.
There is a crazy
Are
amount
you trying
of
to? Are you
international
suggesting
tourism.
that there may be a cleansing
No.
of ethnicities in DC?
I'm just saying
No,
it's
no.
confusing when every single person is different.
Yeah, it's just a lot going on. yeah.
Pull my headphones off.
I think you're safe saying that.
Yeah.
I think it's safe.
I'm like,
Oh
oh my
my
god!
God.
So I need the standard anyway. I'm just. Oh god!
Oh my god!
Sorry, 2 weeks off. I'm just joking around.
Okay, hey.
All right.
It's all right,
Anyway.
man.
Food trucks. So we walk out of the Smithsonian.
You said there were 5 different types of
and
ice
there's
cream?
5 ice cream food trucks there, and then the boys are like, "Oh, yay, ice cream!" I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"All right, boys."
Well, how did
Can't get this in Florida.
How did they decide on...
Oh, it was hard to decide.
Yeah.
Every food truck was specialized
Yeah.
in cones and gelatis, and they all. I mean, the
Gelatis.
That's too confusing.
the Castleberry ice cream truck has 5 options.
Yeah, and they all came from Walmart.
There's 2. There's a
It's just-
Sonic.
Yeah.
There's Aquatine
SpongeBob.
Hunger Force or whatever.
Aquatine. That's 20 years old. They got no Aquatine. Giving them
Castleberry.
I think,
Yeah. There's
I think
old-
Max wants the Carl bar.
There's Sailor Moon. There's like 5
Your
choices.
kids are eating old ass Castleberry.
And the rest of the truck is blank. In DC, every square inch
Of the truck is a sponsor, a menu.
It's a menu. It's
Yeah.
a different option.
Did they have
I'm like, how
the-
do you have that many options?
Did they have one of the things that real food trucks will have is the special on the paper plate? Do they have a lot of those? Because they have so much going on.
No. They have every single square is a different option of different things, and there is insane. It's more options than Jeremiah's has.
Wow.
Like in one food truck.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Jeremiah's got 30 flavors.
No, but that's just one.
He must have just one of each.
It's a million different options. So anyway,
This is saying a lot, Tom. You're overstimulated by different type of people,
Yeah.
different type of ice creams.
yeah. It's too many
He's,
variety.
I
Did
feel
you take your Adderall with you?
I feel like you felt like that movie where a caveman's coming back to life and you're surrounded by just chaos.
And so we see the ice cream trucks. The boys are excited, and then
Was that the first time they'd been excited on the trip?
Well, it was a lot. We put them
Yeah.
through a lot of work.
Was
Museums
that
and
Me
tombs
included.
and
There was the
graves.
meter.
Yeah.
The meter
And,
mover.
we're walking by Gump's pool. I'm like, God damn, there's a lot of walking.
But was that the first yay?
They, any sort of treat, they're excited by it, right?
But not old plane.
No, like,
Yeah.
they,
like old space junk.
Yeah, we showed like they have the first capsule that the first astronaut went into space with. Yeah. And then Tommy was asking, "Is like, did the dog survive? The monkeys, did they survive?" I'm like, no,
the dog ate the monkey.
I'm like, they sent them up there to die.
There's one going up right now that's got human remains on it.
Anyway. So we're trying to teach Tommy how to order on his own. No. Like he's more meek. He's like I was when I was a kid. I stand back. Yeah, my brother. Yeah,
I single-handedly watched your brother not be able to order a sandwich.
It's a van tray. By the way, Max doesn't have this at all. Like Max, he's
an eye contact cool dude.
Like he'll go, like there was a park ranger standing at the World War II memorial in front of. They have gold stars that represent 1,000 or maybe 1,000 soldiers that died. And it's a huge, I mean, when you see it, it's like, oh my God, it's crazy. And then Max was like, "What's the gold stars?" I'm like, "I don't know." I asked the park ranger. Max went up there and he's like, "Excuse me, sir."
That's awesome.
He's like, "What's that?" I never would have done that as a kid. And then I was so proud of him. Like,
oh, dude, it's huge.
I'm like, but he has no problem with it. And Tommy, me and Tommy have this game. Like, how much money would it take?
You guys have weird games, so I can't wait for this.
How much money to just go talk to a normal park ranger?
Or like if you like got up on this
he would love to be talked to. He's bored out of his mind.
Anyway, so we're trying to teach Tommy how to be more
independent.
So I'm like, Tommy, go up and order the ice cream you want from this food truck. And he's like, okay.
Sorry, Dad, too many hats.
So he walks up to and then this guy sticks out. And by the way, the DC food truck people, they are.
What do you want, my son? They're big.
Well, they're like constantly looking around, and then
they have to defend their truck.
They also probably don't have permits, so they're gotta make sure. Yeah.
So then Tommy's like, I would like, and all of a sudden, all the trucks at the same time drive away.
Oh, poor Tommy.
He got dusted.
And simultaneously, I'm not even joking, fast, they all drove away like
5-0, man.
And then I was like, what happened? And then Tommy's like, what? He's holding his $5 or whatever. And then I'm like, what? And then I saw them do it a bunch of other times. Like they go around the block or drive around, then pull back up to the Smithsonian and sell as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then when
it's like 2-hour parking or something.
It's like we do with our Ubers at the airport here.
Yeah. Or I don't think you're even allowed to park right at the steps of the Smithsonian, but they pull over and they try to sell, and then they take off all simultaneously,
constantly moving.
Yeah, yes. and then by the way, this is happening all over the city where they constantly, it's a rougher life as a vendor in the city. Obviously,
it is.
But then I did eat at a food truck where they don't have any of the prices displayed.
Yeah. Oh man, really?
I was like, I have a hot dog, an ice cream, and then a Diet Coke.
So you're at a fancy food truck.
And they're like $34. Woo. And I'm like, God. And then I look around, and then what am I supposed to say? Like, too much?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
I mean, you are.
No, thank you.
He already made it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Don't let that make you feel bad,
they swindled you, bro.
Yeah. I know they swindled me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'll take it. Because
he
knew he looked
You're the chump,
yeah.
He's already made it, so if you say, like, I'm not paying that, he'll come down. He'll come down.
He started to be like,
you gotta haggle,
100%.
man.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared to do any of this.
I didn't know you had to do that.
I want to be high, walk around high.
Were you? Were you high?
Oh, I mean, just a little bit, but you have to be on a family vacation and walking around, and you're looking at statues.
Did the boys have anything they singled out from the Smithsonian that they thought was really awesome?
Or like something that was their favorite part of the trip?
Did they go to the gift shop? I mean, that's what I did when I went. I went to the gift shop and bought something dumb.
Yeah. They, the Air and Space Museum, they bought something.
You get like a little plastic dinosaur or like a pop gun or something.
Although,
rubber band gun.
In retrospect, they probably would have been better if they were a little older.
You say this every trip.
Yeah, you really do.
I know. Yeah. I mean, well, because I think about.
I like that you're staying consistent, though.
Would they?
It is the van way.
He tried it though. I give him kudos for just going.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're just like, it doesn't sound great. We're going.
I'll tell you all about it on the BDM show later. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So, I think last Saturday, Crystal was telling me, like, they dropped Max off at his friend's house and then dropped Tommy off at his cousin's house.
Oh, God, I wanted you to say the bowling alley.
And so I was in, I think Crystal was taking Tommy and I was taking Max. So I was
divide and conquer. Right?
Yeah. And then Crystal, you know what? She was working. And so I was in charge of taking both, and I dropped out Tommy
I like
for her.
that you surprised yourself that she was working.
Where are my kids?
And so she was like, just make sure that you comb Max's hair. Because he doesn't like his hair all crazy bedhead, because the van boys have
he doesn't
wild
like
hair.
it, or she doesn't like it.
He apparently, like,
And he's too young to comb his own hair?
He can do it, but he will forget because he's a van.
Oh, he'll forget about it.
So
right.
then
So just remind him to comb his hair.
Yeah, remind him, and then if before he leaves the house, because he'll be in the car and he'll say like, "Oh, I didn't comb my hair."
You need a car comb. Car comb. Always.
You think that the vans are going to have a car comb?
So
well, they don't have a home comb.
Of
they
course,
don't have anything in that truck but trash.
So of course I forget, and so I remembered his shoes, so that was good.
Nice. Did you brush his shoes?
So me and Max are driving. I'm in my truck driving, and
Silence, music. What do you got?
No, I'm playing AJR for him. when
Man, I wish I had a forgetful little son instead of a daughter that tells me what I'm doing wrong as we go to school.
And then Max reminds me, he's like, "Oh, we forgot to comb my hair.
Gotta go back."
And so I'm
especially with AJR.
I'm like, God. So then I'm like, we're like 3 minutes away from the house. So then, and Mac's like, and I see him like trying to mat his hair down with his hands.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, teach him how to lick his hands.
I was trying to
slick it down.
And then so I felt bad. I was like, well, because Max does want, like, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is
and
a cool dude.
He wants to be cool dude all the time.
7-Eleven.
And CVS. So I was like, I see.
Man, you're going to be paying $10 for a comb.
But I would like to think that I'm responsible for this, because every trip that Tom and I took ever for Orlando City, all across North America, he would never have a comb, and he always ended up borrowing mine, or I'd bought it. I remember I bought you combs.
You got to get a pocket comb like an old man.
I bought him combs in Philadelphia.
I'll never bring it.
I bought him combs in Philadelphia.
So
I noticed you don't have your Apple Watch on today.
No.
Oh God. So
you're right. You wouldn't bring it. So you know what?
Wow, man, that hurts my heart, because I was like, he's going to do it this
Day
time.
2.
Damn it.
Mentally handicapped.
It's Tuesday. You're not allowed to say that.
Anyway, so I pull in the CVS. I'm like, "Oh, Max, I'll buy you a comb, and then we'll comb your hair." He's like, "Okay, thank you." So
this is what homeless people do.
I go to CVS.
I'll comb your hair so you can go in the bus station.
And it takes me a while to find the combs.
They're hard to find.
So
it's either condoms and the tiny packages of Excedrin.
It's in the beauty section.
Yeah.
I forgot they had a whole beauty section of CVS.
It's near the do-rags. It's near the tall tees.
And so I go in there, and then I
7-foot iPhone cord.
All the brushes, and Sam's point about them being expensive. I look around. I'm like,
it's the worst.
It's because Max prefers,
and Lord knows you don't have a preferred customer card, right? Where you get the discount.
Hold on a second. This is not about what is preferred, sir.
I don't want the long receipt.
Right. You're going to get the receipt anyway, but...
Does he like a straight old man back pocket Nazi comb, or a handle blue novelty colored fun comb?
He prefer a brush, because Crystal uses the big, it's like it's like a puffy brush with a round head. And
wet brush.
Yeah, wet. Yeah,
I got those.
And then because their hair is like cotton candy, so it's like
I almost got in trouble for saying that. You're not allowed to say that.
It's like a nappy cotton candy. So with a regular comb, it is harder. But anyway, so
I know what you mean. It's thick. They got thick ass hair.
The wet brush it
works
like
good.
$14 or $18 or something like that. I was like, God damn.
It's the brand, Sam. Wet.
Oh, the brand.
Yeah, but it is made for wet. It's a great brush. Yeah. I highly recommend.
And so I look at, I find the $4.99 old man pocket comb, right?
Old army comb.
So I'm like, I'm getting that, because I'm not going to buy a $18 wet brush. Anyway, so I buy that, go back to the truck, and I'm like, got your comb. And so I give it to him.
You left your son alone in the car?
Yeah. That's my new thing. I leave them in the car now. Like it'd be like a 1980s parent. I leave the truck running and I lock it and I say, don't open it for anybody but me.
Yeah, I do that. I do that with my Tesla. You put it on dog mode.
And so I get back to the truck. I give him the comb, and he starts attempting to comb his cotton candy knot hair with this old man tight teeth comb.
Has it ever been? I mean, it's still. Does he use product in his hair?
No, we just use water.
Okay.
So he starts trying to comb it. He's like, and then I'm like, let me try. And then he bends his head down, and then I'm pulling his hair. I'm like ripping it out. I'm ripping his cotton candy out because the comb is too fine tooth. And he's like, you're hurting me. And I'm like,
I need my wet brush.
And he's like, we need water. Then I'm
Help.
like,
No.
So by the way, it's raining outside, right?
Oh, stick his head outside.
Okay.
Right.
Well, it
Natural.
It's like
it's got a hopeless.
It's like just sprinkling. It's not hard raining. But then so I'm looking around my truck, and then I'm like, I can't use
There's a Diet Mountain Dew in here.
Hold on,
I'll play on you.
There's a Diet Coke, and I'm like, can't use Diet Coke. I thought about it. I was like, I'll just
It's like a battery.
But I can use the ice. Put this ice in your mouth. Let it melt.
And
spit on your hair.
So then I'm like, it's raining outside. I'll just collect some rainwater with my hand on my truck.
This guy's like a true Native American using what the land gives.
But I just had parked there, and there wasn't. So I get out of my truck, and then I started trying to wipe my hands on my truck to collect the water. So my hands.
That's disgusting. Are you serious? And his baby blonde hair?
That's what Crystal said.
Don't put that on your kid's head.
No, that's fine.
No, it's just dirty. It's not disgusting, but it's just
water.
like, don't do that.
It's a water.
Dirty hair. Your truck is dirty.
Yeah, dude, your truck is not clean.
It's nothing but bird diddy.
No, it's fine. Anyway, so not enough water in my truck, and then I'm
just
like,
go inside and buy a bottle of water.
Just buy the effing brush. What is happening?
So then the car next to me, it looks like it's been sitting there for a while because it had like pools of water or like bigger clumps of water on the hood.
Drops. Is
Like,
what they're called. Yeah, drops. They're called drops.
And then I was like, oh, great. I'll just run my hand over. So then I walk over to the car next to me.
My car, I'd be mad. Don't touch my car to wash your hands.
So I'm putting my hand
You should not be allowed to
on the
raise
front
children.
of the car. I go, oh! And there's a person sitting in there in the driver's seat. And then I'm like, why are you sitting? Like, I was like, oh,
scared the hell out of me.
They're
Why
on
are
their
you-
lunch break.
I like how he's saying, why are you sitting there? It's my car, you dick.
So then I lifted I was like, oh, sorry. And then I get back in the truck.
Quick, use this water I stole.
and then so I start trying to like put it on Max's head, and then we're like combing the knots out, and that doesn't do a good job. So then I drop him off, and then it's half-assed done, but it's done.
It's done.
So then and this is the like.
Do you have any talks with him about like, hey?
No, we never mentioned it again.
No. I mean, like, do you ever like lay anything out there like, hey, just so you know, do a solid for your dad, and don't be mentioning this to mama. You know, you're the cool dude. I'm a cool dude. Fist bump. Have a good day at school.
No,
because you know it's going to get back to her.
No. My sons
But
don't
he'll just forget about it and move on.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm telling Crystal this story later on at night. I was like, oh, you know what happened to me and Max today? And then I start telling him the story. I'm like, I'm trying to get the water, whatever. And then Crystal's laughing her ass off. And then Max starts banging his head against the door because he's embarrassed. And he's like, stop saying it. He's putting his head in the door.
Come on, man.
He's like, stop it.
Don't talk about my dirt hair.
Pigman snoozer all over
He's
again.
like, you're embarrassing us. He's like, quit embarrassing us. And then I'm like, oh, it's funny.
Maybe we shouldn't say this on the radio, though.
Yeah, I feel bad now.
I don't listen to the radio.
Maybe his friends' parents do.
No,
Really?
no.
He got embarrassed by
No
it?
one listens to the radio.
He gets embarrassed by stuff like that?
He
didn't want you and
This is the
Mama-
first time it's ever happened.
But he didn't want you and his mom
To
talking
laugh at him.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how he
Yes.
took it. But then I was like,
I can understand
But
that.
then I was telling Max, I'm like, no, like this is a funny story.
That we as a family can laugh about.
About you and your messy hair.
Well,
That's
no,
how he took it.
Yeah, no, I know that's how he did. But I was like, this is me bumbling around trying to get some water for my son and me going through. But he was embarrassed by it. No,
Wait,
it's fine.
is he embarrassed because he doesn't want to be talked about with his hair being messy because he's a cool guy, or is he embarrassed because dad's embarrassing?
I don't know. That's what I started thinking about, but we never talked about it.
Because dad,
Yeah, that's good.
Dad A forgot to comb my hair or tell me me to comb my hair, then B, bought me the wrong thing in CVS, and then instead of taking me inside of a CVS with a bathroom to wet my hair, he touched a stranger's dirty car.
Yeah, then he went on his radio show, said he was special needs, and talked about it.
No, I don't tell him this part. In fact, I told him.
Maybe that's why he's embarrassed. He's like, I don't want my dad to go on the radio and say he's special needs anymore, and then say what he does. Because I believe it. I believe he is special needs.
Oh, I started feeling bad because like mom's way smarter than dad. Like Tommy was saying that. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
I get that all the time.
I'm like, I went to college.
Whoa! Don't do that, man.
No, he's challenging. I was like, and because
I have a diploma. What's she got? You're going to get in trouble. You're playing a dangerous game.
The 3 classes at community college. Anyway,
jeez, Louise.
but
spicy over there.
But they're saying that because of what they've witnessed,
right?
And that made me sad.
I mean, they're spitting fast.
and then I was like, they've witnessed like through their lives, like the mom having it together and the dad bumbling around, which is the truth,
right?
And I'm saddened by the truth.
Is this going to encourage you to pull back on the bumbling a little bit? Maybe?
How do you pull back on who you are?
Yeah.
You can work on yourself to be better. We can stop this facade of like nobody can change.
How does a leopard make his spots disappear? It's an impossible trick.
Yeah. But Daniel's anxiety can't be changed.
I'm trying so hard just to be regular. I'm trying now.
Has it not gotten better?
It's gotten, micro doses,
1%
but not enough. Not enough.
Yeah. But I mean, you still have crippling anxiety.
Oh, every morning. Maisie told me.
But you could still work on it.
Maisie told me 2 days ago.
How much work? It was a lot
of work. Get to work.
We're in the garage. Maisie says to me, she goes, "You're the second most strict dad I know." I'm like, the second most strict dad. I'm like, am I that strict? She's like, "You're pretty strict. You're a pretty strict dad. You're the second most strict dad I know."
Who's the first?
I can't say the name, but she did say, I go, "Well, what makes him the strictest?" And she says, one time we were playing a game and the dad came into the room and he started talking and then he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And the kid said, "Maisie." And he says, "Hey, Maisie, this is blah, blah, blah's dad. How long do you take to eat your dinner?" And Maisie's like, "Well, I don't know. I normally just eat it normal with the family." And then the dad starts yelling at Maisie like, "This kid takes 40 minutes to eat their dinner, and it's ridiculous, and you need to help her eat her dinner." Like, I'm like, holy smokes, this guy's telling Maisie to help his kid eat his dinner faster. It was ridiculous.
Well,
I was like, Maisie's not your kid's parent.
I feel for that dad because my sons take an insane amount of time to eat their dinner too, and I'm finished with my dinner, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, and then
are they distracted at dinner?
Oh yeah, I keep like, "Get back here!" Like they keep falling on the ground and then roll out, and then they start they like roll over.
I have, if it's at the table, and Maisie knows, and she gets in trouble for it a lot. It's the worst thing she does. The only really bad thing we fight about. If you're at the table and you're eating, then you're at the table and you're eating.
I think that's a good.
You're not on the floor. You're not on the iPad. You're not doing. You're literally sitting.
It's dinner time.
But her thing is, she sits in the chair like Spider-Man because she's so flexible and weird. Like she's moving all the time, so she sits up like a king or something, like on her legs. I'm like, you can't do that. You gotta sit with your feet on the floor, like we're at a restaurant or something.
Oh, you make her sit with her feet on the floor?
Yeah, because we're
you
at
are
dinner.
A strict dad.
Well, we're at dinner. We're not. You're not a primate.
I'm kind of with
You're
Dad
not
on this
swinging
one.
from the telephone, but you can't eat on the couch. That's not, you can't eat on the couch. You're gonna get it all
we
dirty.
Love eating on the couch.
Oh, let's go to Tom's house and lift up the cushions and see what we find.
I bring him the egg sandwich on the paper plate. And then, by the way,
no, if you're at the dinner table, man, there's no messing around.
There's food all in the couch cushions.
But that's good, right? Because like sets your kids up for like when your kid goes out to a restaurant, they know how to behave.
No, I tell her that. I'm like, if you go to a restaurant, you can't be doing handstands and sitting like a monkey. Like, you got to sit right. Now, again, I don't think Tom's kids do that. I don't think if you took them to a restaurant, they would immediately do that. But yeah, I'm pretty darn strict when it comes to like, I don't know, the original things, I guess, that I did as a kid.
See, that's what I have a problem with because my kids are well behaved.
Sure,
right?
so you give them more rope.
But I rarely have a instance to
well behaved is getting up and running from the dinner table.
Well, they get distracted. It's like they're not doing it to misbehave. They're just like,
are they getting up after you told them not to get up?
Well,
that's misbehaving.
Yeah,
I get on Maisie for that. She does that all the time, and I go, "Hey, you can't.
You gotta sit here." Dad.
And then there have been times when she's doing so many handstands, and I'm like, "Yo, you're done. Go to your room."
Oh, you sent him to the room?
Yeah, well, because it's like, it gets weird. Okay, here's another thing. Living in a townhome, when you have a child that's doing cartwheels constantly, I always feel for the neighbors on either side of me because all of our floor plans are connected.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you don't hear things, but you certainly don't want to hear, I don't even know what Maisie weighs now, but you want to hear her landing full force on her feet doing a flip. You know what I mean? And I tell her, I'm like, you can't do that. Time and a place, man. Time and a place.
She's more active than my sons. My sons are more sitting boys.
One is in running club and breakdancing. That's active.
Yeah, but
maybe that's what he's supposed to breakdancing while he's supposed to be eating.
But I mean, I've seen Maisie.
And now Tom, he's got his little mannequin friend to run around with. Which you guys might want to.
You should sit him at the table. You should
the mannequin?
You should sit the mannequin at the table.
Someone else thought that was weird, and I was like, I'm glad that he wanted a mannequin because it just shows he has imagination. You know, like if
it was any other kid other than your kid, I think you would think it was a little odd.
He got it from YouTube, like some unspeakable or someone like had a mannequin that they were like throwing off a building or whatever the hell.
It's very popular to have those and then do like a challenge, like you're like a D team, Mythbusters or something.
Yeah, that's where he got it from.
Throw it off the roof, stuff it down the chimney. Yeah,
and then yesterday they were making videos of the mannequin, running around the house, like making videos.
Yeah, I think he's too young to think about what I would want to do with a mannequin. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's even. That's not even in his. That's not even floating around in there.
No.
It does need hair though. Should get a good wig for it or something. I think we got one here. We got a couple here, like decent wigs that you should.
We put clothes on it, and it just fell off because
the clothes.
Like I put my clothes on it.
You're too skinny now.
And no, it was just the mannequin that doesn't have an ass. You
got to plump that thing up. Get it a BBL.
You got a newspaper that
it's pre-stuffed, so its legs are frog ass.
Oh, you got to get those panties that have built-in butt pads.
Yeah, there's got something or cinch a rope or something.
Yeah, you can cinch a rope.
But then we put a hat on it. The hat fell off.
Put a belt.
You'll figure it out. Yeah,
anyway,
it's a learning process.
We'll be right back.
It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Science on Tap is on the 20th. You can get $50 tickets if you use promo code Tom and Dan 50.
Yeah, man.
And that's $10 off. You can go to osc.org for your tickets.
30 different local breweries, science installations, demonstrations.
Awesome beer
They
fest.
got the science going on. They throw money at it so it looks nice. Signage, bathrooms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Right next to the Science Center in the that grass field area.
Yep.
And then also the Solar Bears Whiteout game is on the 27th of this month.
White out!
And we're going to do a pre-tailgate that Mo DeWitt is sponsoring. And Bus Decker said he's going to have some Mo beers out there. And we're going to get some other
How
things.
many Mo?
Bus Decker said he's going to grill hot dogs himself.
No, he's not.
No.
What are we,
a Lowe's?
That's what he said.
No, I'm not doing that. What are we, a Lowe's? I'm not. What are we?
I don't want it unless he's going to be also cooking onions.
Are we opening a Tractor Supply? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to stand next to Buster. He's got a chef hat on to come get your hand.
I was like, go grill the hot dogs.
Embarrassment.
I was like, don't you have people for that?
Yeah, we need some people.
No, he's like, I'm doing that.
Can't we get caterers to do it? He's going to drag an old tiny charboil out there. He's going to be grilling them up. Is he going to buy big turbo dogs or is he going to get
I don't know what he's buying.
Big bus wieners.
Yeah, they got to be the turbo dogs from Costco.
Mo's putting Buster to grill those hot dogs.
Anyway,
Anyway, let's do some weird.
All right, man. We always start the beginning of the year with the original theme song, and then we'll get to the new ones that I've been messing up. But let's just say I'm working on one that's Morrissey. It's gonna be weird. Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday. Dad really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. thing. Was that twice as long?
It seemed longer.
My God. It's like nodding off during that. I feel like I was in
thought
church.
Tom fell asleep.
Yeah, I thought he did too. I was falling asleep.
I was waiting for it. People like it.
That's what they were saying. They're putting American flag emojis in there. They're saying, I love all the songs. I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, we don't have to be in a hurry. Calm down. Calm. Bill Cosby. Whatever happened to Bill Cosby?
He's dead.
Did he die?
No. I thought he was going to go back on tour.
Well, there was a rumor that when he got released, right? We were all like, he's blind, let him go. So we did. And
that's not what any of society said.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I think all of society is like, what? You let him go?
No.
He's a blind
I
rapist.
didn't hear one person say that.
You let the blind rapist go?
Everybody turned a blind eye to it. They
He's
did.
getting sued again.
Oh, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Sexual assault.
He's fine.
No, he's a horrible monster.
He's an old man. He'll be dead soon.
Yeah, but it was good.
Let him just do a last couple bucket lists and he'll be out of here. We're almost done with his time.
Weird Job Wednesday brought to you by Modern Plumbing.
Yeah,
all right, so Joseph's on the line. How you doing, Joseph?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Good.
Oh, man, this guy just sparked the J.
So, Joseph, what is your weird job?
I am a route technician for an amusement company. We do bar games, ATMs, jukeboxes, arcade games, stuff like that.
All right. So you're a tech for arcade games, jukeboxes. It's weird that ATMs are thrown in there. That's banking.
They're all kind of the same, though, like smaller, publicly used computer devices, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. Nowadays, that's what they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the technology in a lot of them sort of similar? Like, is an ATM like deceivingly harder to work on than, let's say, like Galaga or something?
Actually, yes. ATMs are the most locked down thing that we work on. Like, you have to get special codes and stuff to change any part of an ATM.
That's pretty cool.
Well, let's start from the beginning. How'd you get into this industry?
I lived in Cleveland for a while, and I got a job at a casino that was owned by Caesars as a slot tech. And I did that for a couple years and became the lead tech there, and then came back down home here to Orlando. And I had a friend that was a manager of the Tilt Arcade in the Fashion Square Mall that got me into this job.
Yeah. I remember Tilt Arcade.
So did they train you to be a slot tech at the casino?
Yeah, there was a month of each shift on training, but I had always been into computers and networking and stuff my whole life.
So this isn't necessarily difficult for you, right?
No, it's actually, I love to do it, to be honest.
That's awesome, man.
Well,
hell yeah.
Let's talk about slot machines for a second. How do
I win?
Because
I do love a good slot machine, man.
I know that because I'm obsessed with anybody who cheats the system, and I saw all my TikTok algorithm actually is now
how to cheat
filled,
on your wife and your family.
Filled with like counterfeiters that like make counterfeiting money, and they're like many documentaries about how they do it.
This is now making me concerned.
Yeah, super
Why
healthy
is that on your algorithm?
Yeah, healthy algorithm.
And then I also I love like when counterfeiters like counterfeit.
Is this what T&D Medical's about?
Hold
on.
Shell company,
casino chips and things like that. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
But so and I know there's a lot of cheaters with slot machines and like people that like plug in their own stuff to it or like break in the machine some way and rig them to win. So there's security measures with slot machines. So explain like getting into them, working on them, like how do they work?
Well, you have to check out keys from a giant lockbox at the start of your shift with your own personal code. And only certain people get certain keys to certain parts of every slot machine. But anytime you change software, the Ohio Lottery Commission had to be present, and you had to do an audit every time before the machine could be played by the public. And really, it's ran on EEPROMs, which is just a randomizer chip in the slot machine. I am unaware of any way to actually successfully fix a slot machine, at least in Ohio.
Gotcha.
Because of their standards. I mean, if you opened it and you weren't supposed to, security would know right away because everything's networked to them.
Yeah.
So they would know an open door, an open cash box.
Yeah, am I correct in assuming that since you worked your way up to like the top tier, that for you, when you would go and put in your code and check out keys, you could get anything you wanted, right? Because you were the guy?
Yeah, we could get anything we wanted, and in fact, the lead slot techs had to do the audits as well as the software installed. So, and then the managers checked off on them, and the commission checked off on that.
What were the most common things that were wrong with the slot machines?
By far, dusty sensors and printers.
Dust.
Smoke.
The dust got 'em.
Yeah, some cigarettes, right? Is it for ashes or like old ladies that had dusty hair?
Yeah, the building was really old. It was actually at Thistledown Horse Track, and it was a pretty old building, so dust built up extremely rapidly in that place. But slot machines are built pretty well. Like, actual component problems don't pop up that often, but when they do, you have to switch the whole board, reinstall the software, get it checked out by the commission, and all that stuff.
How long does it take? Like, so I'm running a slot machine, I put my money in, I pull it, error. You're called, you say, hey, I'm sorry, here's your money refunded, I have to take this one off the floor. How long before you can get that guy back up and running, like, ballpark?
Well, if it's something like a dusty sensor, then the attendant would come. If he couldn't fix it, then they'd call us, and I would just blow in. Pretty much, I'd lean over and blow in the printer and walk away, and it would work.
No,
Nintendo.
The old Nintendo.
Nintendo cartridge, it, sure.
All right, so let's talk arcade games because
God, I miss the vibe of an arcade, and I feel pretty confident it's probably the same reason I like casinos. I like small rooms. I like small, sad rooms that are dark with people playing tiny stand-up computers. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
What, like, when you're fixing an arcade game, is it the same, premise as far as, like, there's just, I imagine, a tiny, like, hardware in the giant box.
A motherboard. And then you're, replacing it or refixing the software?
The newer stuff is pretty much a computer with a motherboard, RAM, CPU, power supply, and then in almost every game you have an I/O board, which is an input-output board. And most commonly the computers break because the companies don't buy the top quality computers because they're pushing out thousands and thousands of these games at a time. They do different software security on them too, like protected hard drives, so you can't clone it or rip the hard drive. And yeah, there's a lot of different securities put in place so that you can't pirate their games. The older stuff are more custom-made circuit boards. Like I'd say from the 90s before, each game would have its own circuit board made for it, but that doesn't really happen anymore.
Yeah, like, so an arcade game, if that, like, what's the major or, let's say, most often the problem that you would have with, like, a standard stand-up arcade game?
Either the monitor, backlights, or power supply board and the monitor going out, or the hard drive or the power supply of the computer being bad.
Going back to slot machines for a second, can we get rid of some common myths that are out there that I hear all the time when I'm around a casino?
Okay.
Where even on the cruise ship, we're going on the Tom and Dan cruise, Tom and Dan Cruise 2024.com if you want to book it.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you got to put the .com on the end. Put the .com on the end.
But we'll walk by slot machines, and then someone will tell me, this one's bound to hit because I see this person played it for a while, and then now I have a better chance because it's
There's
due.
no such thing as it's
I've
due.
heard that too.
And then I'm like,
okay.
And then I'm like,
He's like,
I love this. I love the divining rods for
Mythbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the payout percentage of a slot machine is based on a few years overall. So they're set to pay out a certain amount over this couple-year time period, but it's almost impossible to tell when, except when you see those progressive jackpot slot machines. A lot of them will have a maximum jackpot that it can get up to. Let's say it's 500.
Sure.
The closer that jackpot gets to 500, the higher the percentage of you winning that jackpot is. And it's almost 100% when it gets to 500. So in that sense, yeah, you can kind of tell.
All right,
when
guys.
it's about to hit.
Let's take over the casino on the boat,
I gotta
baby.
tell you, bro, I've been playing progressive slots for a very long time. Not competitively or anything, but you see that one and it's attractive, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Let me just tell you, what Joseph is saying is not some secret.
No.
The slot machine old ladies know this.
They know this.
And
they'll body check you.
I know some slot machine people that like actually go to Hard Rock and then like go to Hard Rock a lot. And
they're
play
in the
slot
commercials,
machines. They
too.
love
Have
it.
you seen the commercial people?
Yeah.
Oh, they're great.
And they all have these systems and like these like basically they're like, all right, this is my strategy, and I'm like, I don't think there's a strategy. I'm like, this is all random. You're like, there is no like you're not gambling on the NFL. You're trying to get the positive EV on the line here. It's just but you're telling me that there's progressive slot now. How like. Is it advertised that this is the limit, or is it totally?
Yes. Yeah, on the like somewhere. Well, at least in Ohio, somewhere around where the jackpot's showing in little letters, it'll say maximum jackpot is blank.
Huh.
So your goal is to sit down at one of those games that's as close to that maximum jackpot as possible. And yeah, that is public information. Like the Ohio Lottery Commission would have to tell you that if you called as a citizen and asked about it.
What's the most popular? Because Tom and I got into for a little while, especially on our scuba diving trip, we fell in love with the Elvis slot machine that has like a chair and speakers and it's like 20 feet tall and there's different versions of it. Like, what's the craziest slot machine that's out there right now? Or are you no longer in that game?
I haven't been in that game for like 7 years or so, but as I was leaving, there was a prototype 3D slot machine on the floor.
There we go.
Like, you didn't even have to have goggles on. It was crazy. It was like Egyptian base, and you would see the coins flying at you. It was surreal.
Oh, how it mummy. Worked. Oh, there's a mummy. The mummy comes out.
Yeah, it was.
And then the whale comes out because he was in the mummy, right?
So,
mummy versus the whale, the slot machine. Who wins?
I don't know. Maybe
Who
you should
wins?
patent that one.
Who do you think wins? The whale or the mummy?
The whale.
I agree with you.
Hold on. The mummy has magical powers.
No. The whale.
The mummy can control the sand.
No, the whale just sits on the mummy, and then the mummy's like, "Get off of me!"
No,
then the whale says, "Say, uncle."
The whale cries too much. That's what I know. I've seen it.
That was below the belt.
So, Joseph, let's talk ATMs.
How do we break into them?
I've seen these videos.
I've just seen the rednecks
online.
yank them out of the convenience store with their trucks. Have you seen those on Reddit?
Oh, yeah.
They tie the chain and then they just yank it out the window.
I've seen people buy like old ATMs and then do a video of them trying to break into them and they're sawing them up. And then it's like, well, of course, like whoever put this up for auction took the money out of the vault and the
they think there's still money in there?
Yeah. They're like,
I thought they were just seeing if they could do it.
They're like,
well,
a lot of these decommissioned ones still got some bills in there.
Right.
We're gonna solve this.
Your
thing.
algorithm's full of dum-dums.
well, they know me.
Just like Tom.
I know what I am.
So tell us about ATMs.
There's not much to say about them, really. It's pretty much a safe with a combination lock on the bottom of the ATM, which is also where most of the weight is, that we pretty much drill into the foundation of the building. So, yes, you would need something like a large truck and a chain to even get it to budge.
Wait, the ATM at all of the marijuana shops is drilled into the ground? I don't think so. I think I push that thing over.
Well, depending on the operator of the ATM, that might be different. They might be lazy, but there's pre-drilled holes in the bottom of that thing for you to do that, and we do that to all of ours because most of ours are at bars and places like that.
If you want my Dan Dennis redneck moment, I thought that Tom and I, the true hats off to success, would be at one point we would have a studio with an ATM in the studio. For some reason, that means you're a successful rich businessman to me, and I don't know why.
We can order an ATM.
Let's get one.
You can get one and have it installed, and they put the money in, and then you pay some rental fee because of But it's for what? For us?
Let's put it outside.
Oh, because we've never bought anything before that we didn't need.
Let's put it outside.
No, but it's not even.
Follow me. We put it outside, and we put a microphone outside, and then while the person's getting their money, and we get on the speaker, we're like, hey, you want to be interviewed real fast? We need a weird job. And they're like, all right.
So, Joseph, back to the arcade games.
Joseph likes me.
What's your daily routine? Do you just go, like, you get, like, in the morning where you're supposed to go?
Do you have, like, a route?
There's a route. We do the greater Central Florida area. We got places like Wally's, Tanqueray's. Like, we got like 100 different places.
Hell yeah.
So usually, yes, in the morning we get a list of ATMs that need money and a list of service calls that need done, and we split them up between the three guys here, and we go do that. Obviously, sometimes calls come in randomly, and we have to add that to our day.
How much money?
Oh, so you put money in the ATMs too?
Yes.
How much money is in the standard ATM? Like when you're leaving one, how much do you throw in there?
Our ATMs, we usually typically don't put more than 2,000, depending on the location.
Gotcha.
It really depends, but usually more than 2,000 at a time. So we're there frequently, filling them up.
Gotcha.
So your company trusts you with carrying around a bunch of cash.
Yeah.
Man, it would be hard for me not to. The first day, just drive away.
Is it like a pay by?
Oh, I mean,
is it a pay by
it
job thing? Like, what if you only have 3 things to fix that day?
Then you would come back to the warehouse and fix one of our couple hundred games that we have here.
Never-ending sea of stuff to do.
Oh, yeah. So you take your time when you go out there. That's what I do. Yeah. Like I got 3. Like as I said, I'm going to Wally's to fix their. You know how you put what is that, like the bar top? The naked woman.
Oh yeah.
And
what's
match
different?
Game,
match game. Yeah,
match game. Do you fix?
What are you just playing it?
Do you fix the naked man and naked lady match games?
Those are mega touches. Those are very, very uncommon anymore.
Can we buy a mega touch, Tom?
Yes, we can.
Are they collector's item? Thank you. Oh my God, Sam. That's the first time I've ever.
So we get that. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna play naked lady match 'em ups.
But you go out there and you take your time. You put your tools out.
You know what? I just had a thought.
No, I pretty much frantically drive from place to place because I want to get home on time. It's pretty much how my day.
There used to be a mega touch at Daddy Roulette's old Calico Jacks.
Yeah.
And now I'm unlocking a memory of me sitting there alone, drinking a beer, playing Naked Lady Match, and that's disgusting.
You love the Mega Touch.
It was a different time, though, right? Like, you could sit there alone and play the Naked Lady Match game and not be a pervert.
Remember when we did our Tom and Dan Christmas party at Tony Palmiotti's biker bar?
Yeah, what bar was that?
The Cork Room?
The Cork Room. Yeah. And I played Mega Touch with SBK.
Yeah.
I played Ding Dong Mega Touch with SBK.
A decade ago.
Maybe longer, too.
Cork Room's still hopping, by the way.
Phil!
Let's go.
I only know that because
damn.
my cheapo husband goes to the Shell gas station next door because he has, like, gas points from Kroger.
God.
He drives all the way to that Shell gas station. It's right next to the Cork Room.
Hold on. For the small discount, is it like they waste more gas than to get there?
It's a victory to him.
So Joseph, let's end this with how much money do you make a year doing your repairs?
I think I make about $1,500 a week salary. I never really added it up. Maybe like close to 70,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and you said earlier, and I think this was off air, but that you love doing your job. And that's the best part. I always enjoy it when I hear somebody. It also inspires me. You know, it's like when you hear somebody and they're like, "Yeah, man, I love doing this. This is fun." You know.
Yeah, and at this point in time, you know how to fix everything. You're not really stumped by something anymore, right?
Not usually, and and if I am, it's my favorite part of the job. I like doing new stuff. Is what I like. When I learn how to fix something, I kind of get bored with it, so I always try to move on to the next thing, bypassing securities and all that stuff.
Have you ever fixed either a Space Ace or a Dragon's Lair game?
No, not a Space Ace, but Dragon's Lair. Yeah, I used to work at Arcade Monsters for a short period of time, and I worked.
Do you remember those games? That game to me was so weird because you were only picking a direction, and it only had to do with your eyes viewing the cartoon and then trying to get your hero out of there, and it would just go to a cutscene. Yeah. There was literally no real movement of a pixel at all. You're just choosing scenes. I became obsessed as a young man in my 20s with Space Ace, which is the space version of Dragon. It's just Dragon's Lair in space. Same thing. Hot girl gets captured by alien, then you got to get Space Ace there, or you got to get the guy from Dragon's Lair there. I love those games, man.
Well, Joseph, thanks for being involved with Weird Job Wednesday. We appreciate it. And do you ever have any arcade games, or if you do have some that are being decommissioned or laying around, we want one for the studio.
Yeah, our old accountant who used to do Coke, he had one, and man, that was a pinball machine, wasn't it?
No, it was arcade. It was Pac-Man.
Oh, it was Pac-Man. Yeah.
I was like, this guy knows numbers. He's got Pac-Man.
He had the reddest Rogan face. Holy smokes.
That's the old one.
That was the old Tom and Dan. With the old. That wasn't Bernie.
That's back when we used to do our Christmas parties at biker bars.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they run a medical office.
Your accountants do cocaine when you're at the biker bar. Everyone knows.
All right, Joseph, take it easy.
You too.
All right, man. Be good. Thanks again. That was cool.
Super chill.
Yeah, it was.
You just sit there laughing. You can tell he really likes his job, too.
There's got to be a way that I can get in with Joseph to rig some slot machines.
He won't want to do it.
He's not going to lose his job for you.
Dude. I mean, there is a way, but Joseph isn't your guy. Too nice, too kind. Why would you do that to him? It sounds like a loving man.
Just he needs some excitement in his life.
You don't know that.
Yeah. You're deciding that.
You're telling us about this guy's life that you just met.
Everybody needs excitement in their life. That's my new thing. I need it. You guys need it. Everybody needs it. And I'm here to give it to you.
Oh, no. Oh, X's going to give it to me. What?
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
Yeah, man. And also, we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Just search Tom and Dan Live on Twitch and YouTube if you want to watch the video aspect of the show. It's kind of fun when we have guests in here. You can see their reactions and stuff like that. Do you guys remember the topic of wash rag? The wash rag?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I believe... Did we determine that everybody here was a wash rag person?
No, not
you
me.
were not.
No,
I was.
I was growing up. I definitely not growing up. You were not a wash.
Well, my mom had a washcloth.
We got a washcloth.
Yeah, washcloth.
Yeah.
In the bathroom at all times. I just never.
I thought you were
used it.
fancy if you called them washcloths. We called them wash rags.
Yeah, I called them washcloths because my mom and dad called them that. I only called it a rag because you did, but I wanted to be liked. All right, here we go. Wash rags.
I was listening to a show from a couple weeks ago where you were talking about washcloths, and Tom said only poor people use washcloths. I don't think it's poor people, but I do think it's a race thing. So I was in the Navy, and I worked in a predominantly black workspace, and I was taking a shower one day, and my lead petty officer said to me, "Yo, Bap, where's your rag?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Your wash rag. Where's your rag?" I go, I don't have one. And he goes, "Yo, Val, how you gonna wash your ass
Right.
with no rag?"
Oh, he said it like that? Oh, no.
And I didn't have an answer for him, so I started using a washcloth. And I'm proud to say I'm a cleaner man because of it.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I like that.
What do you mean? Well,
How
why?
do you wash your ass?
Private, where's your mother effing rag, dog?
Why did he say it like that? This guy had good delivery. If everybody calling our show had excellent delivery, we'd be a better show.
Yeah, but I don't understand why he was confused that he couldn't wash his ass without a rag.
You can wash your ass with your
That's
hand.
disgusting.
Well, but the rag, what do you do with it? Your hand's still touching the rag.
Well, I
No,
guess-
you
yeah.
here's your
It's
hand.
like
You
toilet
put the
paper, I
rag
guess.
on, then you
Yeah,
have
but-
soap on.
But it's not,
There's a piece
it's not
of.
like it's a condom. There's still things going through the rag and
Well,
getting
it's
in
just
your
like
hands.
wiping your ass when you go to the bathroom.
Oh.
You don't wipe it with your hand. That's disgusting.
No, you
Well,
wouldn't
in the
do
Middle
that.
East. Are you?
I don't know that. I don't know that to be true.
I
I've
don't
been
know.
told that, and I don't know if
saw
that's
it
just
on a
some
meme.
racist thing people say, or if that's the truth.
I saw it on a meme. Listen, I were in
I saw it
Florida.
on a meme.
Owen Benjamin told me about it.
Oh, no.
That guy. Jesus Christ. I didn't know he was starting a wacko compound in Idaho, right next to Dan. Right next to our buddy Dan Cummins.
Oh, interesting.
So what do you
He's
know?
starting a whole campground of guys like him. That's what I'll call them.
Guys
like him.
What is he starting?
Owen Benjamin, that used to be a comedian, who was engaged to Christina Ricci, who then is no longer engaged, who's now married with 4 sons, is living in Idaho next to Dan Cummins, and is starting a one of those guys compound.
What is he starting it for?
For himself, because he's the most canceled comedian of all time.
But is he doing it for entertainment purposes?
No, he's doing it so he can. I think he's doing it so he can have a safe haven away from like the world that he dislikes now, which is everybody else.
So, but
because we're all a bunch of we're too woke and we're down with the pedophiles and we're eating cheese pizza and drinking infant blood and all. He's one of those guys. He thinks that everybody other than him is like in on the conspiracy or part of the world shake-up.
But the compound he's starting, is it to attract other people and live in a communal-like state, or is it just for himself?
I can't say that because I haven't done enough research, but it appears as if he wants a place where him and other like-minded people can go and do what they like to do without being bothered.
Okay.
Which sounds a lot like a Ruby Ridge. It sounds like a Ruby Ridge-y kind of a little Ruby Ridge-y.
Well, I think Ruby Ridge, I saw on TikTok that there was, that whole thing was crazy in the fact that, one of the... I may be getting one of these, government storming a place wrong.
Like Waco.
But no, it wasn't. But I think it started with one of the FBI agents or whoever the agents were. They were there on property or whatever. Like the son. They killed his son.
Oh my God!
And then they started this huge fight and stuff like that. But it started with the FBI agents or the actual
killing
government.
Somebody.
Because the son
spiraled out of control.
Now the son had a gun and he was walking around his own property, but he ran into one of these guys that were in the bushes.
Yeah.
And then they obviously had some sort of confrontation, and the son got killed. And then it started this huge thing.
Yeah.
But on that aspect,
on this one, he's got land. He's trying to purchase more of it. I think it's like 100 acres or something. I think he's purchased like 25 acres. He's getting donations. He's crowdfunding it with like-minded people to build sort of like, I don't want to say like a utopia because I don't care enough to look into it that much, but I think he is building a spot for him. And it seems like everybody, when you want to do that, you usually go out to Idaho. I didn't know that was the place to do that. It looks beautiful. Looks amazing.
Now, I mean, I guess what is it? Do whatever you want.
Harm me. As long as he's not hurting anybody else, I don't care. I'm just saying it is weird, but yeah, be weird. I'm weird.
Well, it probably
and he says some pretty bad stuff, but that's him.
If you start, you'll gain a following, whatever
he's
you
doing
get into,
now.
and
he's been banned on every social media platform. He's only on like the weirdo ones, like Parler and
but you can make a lot of money off that.
Oh, he is.
You could be hugely popular in a certain space, and
that's what he's doing.
And then thrive. Just even if because all it takes is whatever there's thousands of people
of like-minded folks.
And so
weird. And then somebody in the chat room mentioned that Zuckerberg is building that cattle ranch now on his bunker in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And he wants to have cattle that will rival that of Kobe beef, Kobe, I think you should say. I have never, ever had, and I think that is something we should do for the show. We should go and experience properly cooked, mega expensive, like A5 Kobe beef. I've never had it. I don't even know what, I know it's full of fat, right? It's supposed to be mega flavorful.
It's supposed to be the best.
Like a butter bite.
When I was in Hawaii, they explained why there's so much cattle there is because of the volcanic ground. Yeah. It is super nutrient grass.
Yeah.
It's
enriched.
And you'll see grass fields, especially on where it's wet. On the desert side, there's nothing. But and then they export a lot of meat out of Hawaii.
Yeah, and the chat room is talking about the differences between Wagyu and Kobe, and I don't even totally know that. I just, whatever the best of the best one is, I'm always kind of like 2 Chainz on most expensivest. Just give me whatever's the best one, like a tiny bit, and let me try it.
Yeah.
It's like the time I went to the tequila bar in the middle of Epcot. I think it's called Cava Cava bar or something, but you know the little tequila bar there in Mexico in Epcot. And I went in there and they had like one tequila where it was like $100 for a shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, it had me, right? Because I was like, well, I want to try it.
Yeah.
And then me and Andrea were arguing about it. Eventually, I ended up doing it because, unlike Dom, I have my house in order. But I did the shot and I couldn't tell the difference. Giant waste of money. But I did it. It's an experience. I did something cool.
Yeah.
They took it down off the top. They're like yelling.
Yeah.
It was like a presentation. Everybody's screaming.
You have to be a connoisseur of whatever that super expensive
I'm a connoisseur.
thing. Yeah, well, you couldn't tell the difference between that and the one down from that.
My palate is not that refined.
Yeah.
Absolutely can't tell.
I saw the Zuckerberg like building the bunker thing on some memes, and people are like, "Oh, he knows something," and it's just if you are that rich with unlimited resources. I imagine, because this would be my goal, is like, all right, my goal now, I have unlimited everything, is to live as long as I can. Right?
So a bunker fits into that plan.
So, and even if it takes, $10 million to build the bunker just for the 0.002% chance or whatever the hell that the world ends and I have to live the rest of my days in this bunker, might as well do it. I have unlimited funds.
Chat room had a great question that I was going to ask, but I'm glad they hit it first. Why Hawaii? Because if I were going to pick a spot where I would be safe, I don't think I would pick an island. I don't know.
Well, because he's starting a cattle ranch, so he's going to have unlimited food.
He's away from the mainland where he thinks there's probably going to be a war.
if the world ends or some sort of shutdown, bad happens, the people are what's going to be your biggest problem. Obviously, the famine is, you'll probably die of famine first.
Hawaii's not on that list of the automatic, the button push where everything gets annihilated. Hawaii's cool.
Well, not
because you've seen the map. It's like they hit Miami, and then there's like Tampa, and then it's like DC.
Map.
Yeah, there's
That's
like
terrifying.
There's a map.
I don't know if I want to look at the map.
Oh yeah, don't look at the map. But there's a map out there that tells you like if it goes down, like how they're gonna hit strategically.
Remember what was it a few years ago? They had that quote unquote false alarm in Hawaii that went off that said like a bomb was about to hit. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey went on and talked about it and said it changed his life.
Yeah, there's a map that basically shows like what they would do strategically to try to hit like the epicenters, like Chicago, DC. There's like the bigger New York.
Yeah, but that would be in the case of a nuclear attack, but that's only portion or I bet that's
so when the zombies come, not in Hawaii.
Well, there's no zombies, but it would probably be solar flare. Take out the electronics grid or asteroid. There's, that's been a problem on Earth. You start looking like at the Smithsonian Museum, they show you like where the asteroid most likely hit, and then also all like it's kind of like who was telling us about. They found out the exact week or whatever or time period the asteroid hit because they were able to see like glass dust in other fossils that were around the world, and then
they matched it.
And
I remember
they're like,
that.
this has to be from the impact that killed the dinosaurs.
I had forgotten about that. Yeah, that's super interesting.
So then there's that, and that it wouldn't be annihilate everybody. It would just cause a global winter. There's all those.
Yeah, that's a fun stuff. I should have AI write a song about that.
But if I was Zuckerberg, I would be like, I'm old enough where the likelihood of this event happening in the next, how old is Zuckerberg? By our age, right?
39.
Yeah, like, so he, he's only got, let's say 70 years.
He's working on that science, though, to keep him alive forever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not forever. He's got to I heard Deerdick talk about this.
Freeze his head.
I can't watch Deerdick anymore. I had to unfollow him.
Deerdick thinks he's going to live to 120, or he thinks that's possible, and that's probably the brink, though, of now.
I unfollowed Deerdick because he told one story about how, in order to maximize his productivity, he will drive his Ferrari to Fantastic Sam's and then pay for everybody's haircut so he can jump the line. That way, he never has to worry about getting
Fantastic Sam's.
Because it speeds it up. It speeds it up. And I'm like, you're an idiot, unfollow.
Why are you mad at that?
I hate him. I buy Ferrari to Fantastic Sam's. I pay for everybody's haircut so they could sit there and wait so I could just get out of here.
You'd think he'd have his own barber.
I think eventually he ends up in the segment saying that he learned over this past year that now he just gets every week a tiny haircut, and then he never has to get a full-blown appointment haircut.
Yeah.
He's all about like
Time
maximizing.
optimization.
Yeah. He's like,
I like that though.
You
Like,
don't have enough time.
That I relate to it because I feel like that too. So I'm like, this guy.
But then you
is
need to watch his-
optimizing his time. I just can't. I'm not disciplined enough to do what he's doing.
No, he addresses that. He's like, for those of you that see me and aren't disciplined enough, if you don't have enough time to sit down and organize your time, you have to make time to organize your. I forget what
You
he
got to
uses.
plan time to organize your time.
Yeah, no, I
he's
know.
talking to you. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, he's talking to Tom because I know Tom loves this stuff.
What I mean by not disciplined enough is not to plan it out, but just to do what the plan is.
To follow through.
Like
with the plan.
every morning, wake up, brush your teeth, do this,
It
do that.
sucks. I'm doing it
every-
now with the bike, and it
every
sucks.
minute. You're set up perfect for it.
No, I'm not.
Andrea's optimizing. She's deerdick.
I have to fight.
She's doing the deerdick.
I have to fight to get up there.
That's the only way to accomplish what she's accomplished. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. The Sanford 2 are here. Paul and Dom are here. The Sanford 3 was going to be here, but Dustin showed up at work.
You know what that's called? That's called going through the motions. You know, when you get in your car and you just it's the routine.
That happens to me a lot.
I do it a lot.
What an idiot.
Do you ever, when you're driving, space out, and then like 15 minutes later you get to where you're going, like, I don't remember how I just got there.
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I time travel all the time.
Yeah.
That's how I drive. I'm not
never
Just describe Tom's life.
every morning. Like as soon
How'd
as
I get here?
Hey, remember when you were waking up, like, having, like, anxiety attacks, and you'd
almost faint.
That's
was a
when,
fainting.
that's when it was magnifique. God, it was so. He almost hit a tree out front of my house. It was great.
But every time I go to do something, I always just drift off into my own head, and then I come back to it. I'm like, what have I been doing?
I've noticed sometimes when I go to do something that's purposeful, like play guitar, I'll pick up my guitar and I'll hold it, and I'll just hold it, and I'll just keep holding it because I'm high. And then I'll put it away, and that was playing guitar. That was it. Just sitting there with the guitar in my hand.
Play it in your head for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Sanford 3 have been coming in for a
how
while
long
now, more than a year. I think this year marks the
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary, and
Nice.
we finally have an intro for you guys.
This is terrific.
I didn't write it.
This year in 2024, we made the proclamation that we're going to have intros for every bit that
Intros
we
for
do.
every-
New year, new
Long,
podcast.
big ones, long intros.
Yeah, we're spending the money. We're getting professional artists to write us custom intros.
Yes.
Or computers.
Yeah, or we're just letting computers do it.
It's technology.
We know how much Tom loves that.
That's great.
Yeah. So, should I?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to
There's
do
a new
it.
Sanford 3 intro.
This is the new Sanford 3 theme song. Here we go. Oh my God! Hold on. No, hold on a second. Make one change. Everybody, just calm down.
I like where it's going already. That's good.
Calm,
This will
everybody.
be good for
calm.
the Wild Wild West Saloon.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
will be great for the Wild Wild West. So,
Hell yeah, man.
Wild Wild West, and here we go.
There's Sanford 3, living life carefree. Paul, Dom, and Dustin, a trio you gotta see. With the wild adventures, they're the best of friends. Always sticking together until the end. Oh yeah, Sanford 3, wild and free. Living life to the fullest, can't you see? With the laughter and the jokes,
Oh yeah.
they'll make you smile. The Sanford 3, they'll go the extra mile.
So uplifting.
Baby.
Give it up for the Sanford 3.
Wild and free.
That song went 30 seconds too long. But yeah,
So
that's
good.
terrific.
It's so good.
Listen,
That sounds like a commercial to visit Virginia.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Now that was completely AI generated. I paid 10 diamonds for that. You have to buy
10 virtual diamonds.
I bought 10 virtual diamonds. You have to buy 10 virtual diamonds.
How much is a diamond?
A diamond equals, I think it's $7.50 41. It's a fluctuating market. If the diamonds go up and
There's
down.
microcents
involved. Yeah, it's a Bitcoin. I had to buy Bitcoin to get the diamonds. I bought the diamonds because I ran out of freebies. I did freebies. I was writing songs about everything. Well, I wasn't doing anything. I was just telling AI, hey, write me a song about write me a reggae song about a guy wanting his wife to shave her bush. And it'll just hammer out one. It'll just hammer out a song.
Abby, that's great.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I hated my job anyway before.
Well, Dom. I mean, it was inevitable.
I told you he was going to hate it.
That's why I am part of the Sanford 3 is because of AI. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrific. Paul, can I have a
you're
job?
rolling free, though. Come on.
It's so catchy. I guarantee.
We're something to see. That's for sure over the radio.
I guarantee you guys are going to be singing that song all day. It's going to get in it's going to earworm.
It's been in my head all morning.
Yeah.
Paul searching, can AI book bands?
Can AI book bands and then come and do interviews with me? Yes. Sweet.
Yeah! Okay, there we go. Oh, man, it's so good.
I mean,
so good.
AI is writing songs now.
Yeah.
And
It's scary. That is scary, though, how catchy it is.
Wonder
Very.
if AI can go buy lottery tickets for me.
I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can.
AI can definitely give you lottery pick numbers. That was easy.
Sanford 3, Dustin's not here.
Right.
When Sam was the only one here when I was doing it, and seriously about the Bitcoin and the virtual diamond, and I'm doing the thing, and I'm just talking to her about it. I know she was going, "This is stupid as f. This guy's an idiot."
Exactly like my kid's trying to explain Roblox to me.
I hit play when I hit play on that computer. We both stood up and we were like,
This is good.
This is good. Really, this is really good.
You should have a few versions. The Sanford 2.
There were two versions.
There were two
Oh,
versions.
look, today's the Sanford one.
There's a girl version. We didn't like that one as much.
The funniest part is they're going the extra mile, except for Dustin. He's not here.
Yeah, Dustin's not traveling that extra mile. He's staying in Sanford.
Here,
He actually drove further to go where he...
I know.
Where he's not supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, he passed us.
Oh, you want one more? You want another one?
okay.
I got it up here. All right, let's see what we
They
got.
take
here.
12 seconds.
Yeah, it's literally.
How many do you want?
I can give you 1,000 before you go get kimchi.
Jack was also offended in the Twitch chat.
Oh, Jackal, I apologize. This is not good for you.
I wasn't even going to say anything about Jackal because, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't exist anymore.
And listen, as soon as it could just talk, not good for us.
But until that day, okay, let's see what this one was.
They're the Sanford 3, living life carefree. Paul, Dom, and Dustin, the trio you gotta see.
It's like a Taylor
Not as
Swift.
good.
Went through wild adventures that the
duo.
best of friends always sticking together until the end.
The AI is staring at each other.
They're the Sanford 3, wild and free. Living life to the full.
See, it's not as good.
Not as good.
This one sucks.
What about anything that you've ever known about us makes you think that we're living life carefree?
No, AI thought that.
Yeah. That's what the computers think, Paul. I don't know.
I feel like Dom's pretty carefree.
I asked AI, and they said it was Dom. The carefree party's Dom. I just no insult there.
I got
apologize.
kids, man. I got all kinds of words.
It's not a fun song if we start adding in the stress of running 10,000
Have you seen how stressed Paul is? Do you want to watch Paul push over a food truck? He's pissed. He's really effing pissed.
Speaking of food trucks.
Oh, you know what? We can write an aggressive metal song about Paul being angry.
I'll do it right now.
I hired people years ago to deal with food
You want to
truck.
do it live on the air?
Right?
We can do it live.
Right. Metal song Paul pushes over a food truck.
All right, I'm going to do it right now. Paul.
And you can see that this Sunday at the Food Truck Fiesta in Sanford.
No, man, I don't talk to those people.
You stay away now?
But when he did.
Peaceful Food Truck Fiesta.
Yeah. Eric will be out there. Modern Plumbing will be out there.
I actually own 2 food trucks now.
Really?
Yeah, so I can't,
what
I
kind
can't
of
be
food
like that.
Hold on, which
You
food
need a
truck?
theme song?
I bought into the Hot Asian Buns truck,
Okay.
Oh, that's a good truck.
and we opened one in Texas called the Flying Tomato Pizza.
All right.
Oh, wow. All right, it's done.
Are you serious? It's done?
I'm dead serious.
That's
done.
terrific.
It's all done.
Okay,
So you have your choice. It always gives you 2. And, man, I burned
How many diamonds?
11 diamonds on that one. So
11
I
diamonds.
expect great things. It gives us 2. You can either have punk rock rebellious or you can have pop fun. The names of the songs are Food Truck Fury and Food Truck Fiasco.
Oh, Fiasco sounds great.
Fiasco? All right, let's go Fiasco. You're the boss. Here we go. Let's see how they did.
How did you do? New car scene at the food truck festival.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, people running everywhere in the world. You pushed over that truck.
Yeah, I like this.
Chaos in the air. Paul, what were you thinking? It didn't seem fair.
I wasn't thinking.
Food truck fiasco, the craziest thing I found.
That's like a little...
It's funny. I don't get the urge to push over a food truck now that I don't drink whiskey anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for fun, let's do the punk
I was
rock
going to say,
one.
let's hear the punk rock
All right,
version.
here's
son.
punk rock. Here we go.
I was like bowling for soup.
Are you a Bold and Pursuit fan? I've known those guys.
Really?
They're from Denton.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No food is spared.
No food is spared.
Oh,
All right.
oh, they even got a plug in there.
All right, so next time,
Nice.
there's actually
Did you write Weston?
I did. I was going to lie and say I didn't. But yeah, if you
They
could type,
figured it out.
Yeah, I threw it in there.
There's two. There's been 2 West End songs written in over the years. Shane wrote one of them, and it's really good actually. And then a friend of mine, Joe Schmidt, wrote the other one. It's actually they're both really good. I should bring them in.
Oh,
Yeah, you
man.
should.
I would love to play that
Yeah.
stuff because I'm always looking for little tidbits to throw
Yeah.
in our stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
please, man. That'd be awesome.
Paul, speaking, you said you just bought into 2 food trucks. How many businesses do you own? Because it seems
question.
like so many that how do you keep track of it?
All right, so when it comes tax time, I now have to report to 25 LLC reports.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
That's
This is why Paul's not very carefree.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat wants to know where your Texas food truck is because they live in Texas.
So we have a bar in Denton called East Side. It's in downtown Denton, and it has a food truck lot, a permanent food truck lot.
Oh, okay.
And has like 8 trucks in it at all times, and
Cool.
tomato pizza is one of them.
The spots in
sounds amazing.
Denton are awesome. The walk around the bars that we're affiliated with is very, very
Then
cool.
next door to that is a cocktail bar called Miss Angeline's, which is a really cool spot, really chill spot.
Isn't that the house that's
Then
redone?
down the street from there, we have one called Oak Street Draft House. It's an old house turned
That's
into
one, yeah.
to a bar.
that's
And then a
great.
couple blocks over, we have a little music venue called Dan Silverleaf.
Dan
Cool.
Silverleaf.
Villains have played there a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. I love it.
So let's get to business.
Jesus, we were having fun with the song.
Carefree crap.
I was having a great time. Paul was laughing.
I'm trying to get it
Get
done.
to work.
Fair enough.
So let's talk about the Swifty dance party. It's tonight,
Yes.
correct? Dom, what's
Yes.
up with the Swifty dance party?
you know,
Are you playing the Swifty tunes?
I will not be. We have it's an outside guy coming in. They do shows all over the country, actually. So I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty good night as far as the. Taylor
It's
Swift
like a lot of these
It's like
people.
a tour,
They
yeah.
just play all of
Rumor
Taylor
has
Swift's
it-
music,
People
right?
dress up.
Travis Kelce's cousin, Matt Kelsey's going to be there.
His mom lives in Orlando.
Yeah, that's true. She has a place in Baldwin.
So that
I know
could be
where-
possibly
Just
true.
a rumor.
Yeah, just a rumor.
Just putting it out there.
Matt Kelsey, if you want to run by, maybe get your photo made with Matt Kelsey.
And then-
maybe, allegedly.
Get Hooked is this Saturday.
It is.
How's everything going with Get Hooked?
It looks fantastic. The weather looks perfect. It's going to be a little cool, but that's the best for the fishing.
Yep.
I think it's supposed to be pretty much just like today on Saturday. Yeah, the seafood lineup's going to be great. The band lineup with the supervillains.
Is there still like kid fishing and stuff too?
Yeah.
That's on Sunday. The kid fishing rodeo's on Sunday.
What's the bait for kids? Is it still
Hot
candy?
dogs.
We give them worms to fish with.
We do this every year.
They're like Roblox gift cards.
Yeah, Roblox gift card. I hate Roblox gift cards.
Oh, me
So
too.
Friday is the captain's meeting, the mandatory captain's meeting, and then Saturday, of course, is the main event.
At the crack of dawn, it starts. The fishing part does.
Right, and then the seafood festival goes on the entire day. We've got music that starts at noon. We got Aisha is playing at noon, and then we have Patrick Hagerman band playing a full band from 2 to 5.
That's a
and
great
then-
band.
They're so fun.
So good.
So
man.
good. And
We
then,
had him at our little. Well, it was like a pared down thing. But
Yeah.
it's good, dude. That's a great band.
After he's done, Supervillains take stage,
Nice.
and then after
What time are you guys going?
We'll be going from 6 to 7, and then after Villains are done, inside Colorblind Dinosaur starts at 7. Then Gargamel plays after them, and then Supervillains play a second late night set in the venue
fun.
after that. So, and that's all free to attend. All this is free to attend.
Yeah.
Just to to join into the
Just the seafood costs money.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the beers.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I think that's people know that it can't be all free. It would be
No.
ridiculous.
Everything's free. Take the house.
I mean, bad business, beer
I know we've set a bad precedent, right? Like,
Drive off with the food truck.
You know what? Last time I went to Sanford, I took my boat into the Sanford Marina, which, by the way, was like all the guests. You could park there for free. Like, I'm not surprised more people don't do this because it was awesome. Like,
I'm always surprised by that.
yeah, like you can go to the Sanford Marina, park for free, get off, and then just walk in. Like, you're right there downtown, and then just walk back. And so all the people that live.
how many spots are
I think
split?
6 or 7.
Yeah, there's enough. I think there's 8 if you because on
Yeah.
every other side
Well,
of the
everybody
dock.
should be cool, and use
But
it. You can put a bunch of little boats there.
Nobody there. I feel like like all the stuff around the Sanford Marina everything in Sanford is building up and getting crazy
It's nice,
and busy.
though. I mean, it's like there's so many amenities
Yeah.
and cool little.
There's been a proposal on the books for years, and I hope it comes to fruition. But it's a water taxi that'll go from there back and forth to across to DeBerry, back and forth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like to where the Deltona DeBerry.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, the boat ramp is.
Yep.
That's
be great.
that boat ramp is where I used to put in my old mildew boat.
I miss
because
that
it was by
boat.
my house.
Yeah, I feel like you used that boat more.
I did.
You had more time.
Well, I was younger.
No kids.
Yeah. No kids.
Yeah,
It was
just
just
at a
go-
whim,
yeah.
just light a cigarette, get on the
Yeah,
boat.
I feel like my wife was cooler then too.
Oh, okay. My
As
wife's not cool anymore either.
As they get older,
I
they
swear you
get
guys got
madder.
the biggest balls, man.
Well, they also
They don't
get,
listen to
they get a
My
little,
wife doesn't ever listen to anything like this. I still am not even taking a chance.
Wow.
You can say something.
Yeah.
They never listen. You
Try
can
it.
say whatever you
I-
want.
I don't even- nope.
Try it. They don't do
Say
nothing.
something negative about your wife.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it.
They never hear it.
Not gonna do it, bros.
And then no
Sorry.
one they
I
know.
don't know. Andrea's in the chat right now.
Oh,
Well, she doesn't care.
yeah, no, she knows I'm joking around.
Neither of you guys fear your wives, and there's a problem.
No, you should.
no.
You should.
There is
I
a
gotta have your
problem
house
with
in
that.
order. What is it? What is it?
Yeah.
This guy over here is like, I'm not gonna live my life afraid. Then you
I
let
am.
the terrorists win. I run my house, and I'm like, and then she's like, oh, burr, burr. And I'm like, oh, yeah, go
I've
do
even
that.
said too much already.
I say whatever I want.
Yeah, I report the
Say what
25
I want.
LLCs, mother effer.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
dead. Did it.
See, because my wife doesn't think I'm funny. Like you guys are. Oh, you guys
I
are
never said my wife thought
obviously
we was
comedians.
funny.
You're not funny.
I never thought. I don't think she does. I don't think Andrea thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, my wife would
don't
not
know why my
describe
wife
me
is.
as a comedian at all. Never. She is. I don't even know what she says.
Maisie describes me as, quote, the shortest person she's ever met.
All right.
I got called by my kids the shortest rapper alive
What does that mean? Do you rap now?
for years.
I had no idea.
What the hell are you talking
You guys
about?
never seen 3 Pac before?
I've seen you rap at the West End. You rapped at when I was gonna leave the radio station. We had that event. I had the flowery shirt on. I was really fat.
So-
but he rapped at that.
Here's the context. They were riding in a car with a friend of mine. We were on a summer trip. They went to get some food or something. And my son says to my friend, hey, did you know my dad's a rapper?
Why did he say that?
Who knows, man? He's 7.
It's clout.
So, and she said, no, I didn't know that. And my daughter says, yeah, shortest rapper ever.
Damn. Y'all get clowned.
Write a rap song about Paul.
Yes.
Pushing over a food truck.
Being a short rapper.
Right, Paul, the shortest rapper of all time, rap song.
You know how I know I'm getting old is the other day she said something to me. She goes, Dad, you're this. And I was like, and I looked at her and I said, hey, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to look it up on Urban Dictionary right now. And if it's something bad, you're in trouble, little lady.
Was it sus? I get that one.
No,
They call you sus?
I've known sus for years.
Did it?
We got 2.
Tom only knew suspicioso.
We got 2. All right, it's done.
Okay, it's
done.
All right, which one?
I
What are
hate
they
how
called?
fast it is.
Did you write a song about Paul being a short rapper?
Yeah, I wrote a song about Paul being a short
Is
rapper.
it a rap song?
There's 2 rap songs.
Okay,
Yeah, I do what you tell me.
All right.
The first one's called Little Big Flow.
I love that name. Little Big
Get that tattoo.
Big Flow.
You have to get that tattoo now, Little Big Flow.
By the way, the AI is now funnier than we are.
Yeah,
Because
it's taking over the show.
You guys, earlier you were saying how it could be a talk show, and it already has done that.
The second one is called Short and Mighty. Now, do you want Little Big Flow or
We
Short?
got to go a little bit.
That describes so many
Why am
people
I
around
being
here.
described as short, though? I'm have average height.
There's your daughter.
Yeah, it was just your daughter. We can't do anything
talk
about
to
it.
her.
You don't pick your
Maybe
nickname.
she thinks all rappers are super tall.
Okay, here we go. This is the new hit song, Little Big Flow.
Okay.
They call him Paul, the shortest rapper of all time. But when he hits the mic, he's feeling real fine. From Sanford, Florida, that makes his name known. With his tight rhymes, he's got the crowd in his zone. He may be small in stature, but his flow is strong. Dropping mad bars, he can't go wrong. Paul's got the rhythm, he's got the rhyme. When he spits 5, you know it's his time. Short but mighty, the flow's on fleek. Paul's the rap king, undisputed, don't you speak. He's got the city of Sanford.
That's too generic. The rap's too generic.
Very generic.
Yeah, let's try the Short and Mighty. I'm not impressed with the rap. I'm not impressed with the
For
rap.
16 seconds during a live show is pretty good.
Okay, that'll give you. That'll give you.
Listen up, I got a story to tell about a rapper named Paul, living life so swell. Short in stature, but his rhymes are fly. Representing Central Florida, reaching for the sky. Paul may be small, but his flow is loud. Spitting fire on the mic, rocking crowds like a crowd. He's the shortest rapper in the game, no doubt. But don't underestimate this dude's got clout. Paul stands
Ooh, a lot of dropping.
defy gravity, short and mighty, beating all the technicality. Rocking the stage, Sanford's pride. Shortest rapper, but he's got the long ride.
Got a long ride?
He said you got a long
Sanford Pride got a long
Yeah, it
ride.
says Paul, stand tall, defy gravity, short and mighty, bear, beating all the technicalities, which doesn't make sense. Rocking the stage, Sanford's pride, shortest rapper, but he's got the long ride.
I know it's a long ride.
Big old 25 LLC ding dong. I know what that is. Thick boy, tuna can.
So Dom, what's the Sanford Punk Fest coming up on the 27th?
Man, yeah, we got this month. We have so many awesome shows. Before we get to Sanford Punk Fest, we've got Kyle Smith coming next week.
All right.
He's going to be here from California. This dude, he's been working really hard. He rips. Then we have Moon Hooch coming on Sunday.
Nice.
All right.
I don't know if you've seen those videos of the guys in the subways playing saxophones. That's Moon Hooch.
Yeah,
we talked to him one time.
Yeah, we talked to them. They're good
right.
dudes.
Yeah, that's right. Last year when they
Yep.
came,
Yep.
that's right. So Moon Hooch should be here, and then have you ever heard of that one guy before?
Yeah, that he plays like doesn't he play like an augmented instrument of some
Right,
sort?
some weird instrument that he built, and we have him come in. It's like an evening with him, so
Yeah,
a couple hours.
He's
with him doing
artsy
his thing.
fartsy, like it's cool.
Super artsy fartsy.
That's a sit-down show?
I don't know.
I don't know how you even describe that guy.
His
like,
name
it's cool.
is that one guy.
Yeah.
His name is
Okay,
actually
all
that
right.
one guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he plays like a. I don't even understand.
there's no name for it that we know anyway.
It's an
yeah.
experimental instrument that he's
Sure.
created, and
Yeah.
then he writes songs that he composes on this instrument. It's pretty damn cool. Like, it's definitely worth your price because you're seeing something you're never going to see anywhere else.
Is it
Absolutely.
electronic?
Yeah,
instrument, or-
and it's homemade. Like, he is. It's like I would say it's half art, half music.
Sure.
Pretty
All right.
cool.
But it definitely, and then we have Tantric coming with Lydia Can't Breathe, and then Sanford Punk Fest. So Sanford Punk Fest is Havoc Underground, which is Dial Drive. You guys heard
I remember Dial Drive.
Yeah.
So Dial Drive guys put this festival together every year. I believe this is our 6th year, and it gets bigger and better every year. We've got the Bastard Sons are the headliner this year.
Love those
Nice.
guys.
Good band.
Wolfface is coming. I don't know if you've
Good
seen
band.
Wolfface.
Yeah.
Those guys are great.
Many times. That's an. Do they still full dress up the whole? Yeah,
Sure,
I don't.
sure.
Yeah. Have anybody seen those guys? Wolf? Anybody know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They play
they're-
Fest every
They
year.
dress up like Teen Wolf.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The whole
All right.
band is Teen Wolf, and you watch them, and they rip. Like they're really good.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
there's like 25 plus bands. We'll have them in our courtyard, we'll have them in the venue, and our front stage. So we'll have 3 stages
cool.
going all day, and then at night, the party moves into the venue.
Killer.
And then, of course, Hurricane Party is being booked right now. I've got some dope bands already on the hook. This
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
On the hook.
He's looking at the Beatles. Full lineup.
Oh yeah.
full lineup.
And I'll write their song.
Yes.
Dig them up.
Yeah, but Hurricane Party is being booked right now. So if you guys have any bands that are out there and you're looking to get a gig for Hurricane Party this year, do me a favor and submit your band right away.
Cool.
And that's booking at drinkatweston.com. Submit whoever you want to. Right now, I'm sitting and waiting for you guys to submit your local favorites and stuff like that. But I've already got 5 national acts booked.
Nice.
Coming, and they're really, really, some great bands.
Yeah, and not only bands, but comedians. I know Ben Bailey from Cash Cab is coming
man.
February
Right, we
7th.
have Ben Bailey coming this month. Oh, is that next month?
February 7th. Yeah.
That's right. Ben Bailey's coming, and we
He's a
have
nice dude.
we have what's his name? Nick Simmons is there.
Yep.
Oh, I think we already passed that. That's
Yep.
right. That
Yeah,
was last
we're
night.
done.
Ooh, we left out this Sunday. The kids fishing rodeo is 10-1, but food trucks is also right after that.
Yeah.
Right
Yep,
Sunday.
Food Truck Fiesta.
We got a
Got
whole-
that on the list.
And
Eric-
we have a
yeah.
reggae show in the venue that day on Sunday as well. So Sunday's super busy day. Cruise down and jump around and see all the places.
Yeah, I mean, at any single
yeah.
day, just go to Sanford and go to the West
Follow,
End. There's
follow
going to
their
be
social
yeah.
media. You'll see all the
When's the
different events.
seafood festival
Yeah.
start?
Saturday. It's noon.
Saturday at noon.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out something for the kid because
It's pretty cool too. Like toward the end of that seafood festival, in between the bands, we show the the winners of the fishing tournament. It's pretty cool because you get to see like what how much fish they caught, and like pictures of the fish and stuff like that. So,
And if you want to stay in Sanford, I know yesterday we just released the entire year of our ARTND. We were waiting on some things, and now all the dates are open. So if you need a place to stay, our ARTND is right behind the West End. There's a
we got
walking
you covered.
distance.
I got something to talk to you guys about that too. There's gonna. I got someone that's working on a listing for local Airbnbs for Sanford.
Okay.
Nice.
Because of our lack of a hotel downtown, we're making a collective website to be able to search those even quicker than the B&B site.
Awesome. Yeah. We'll
Whatever you
definitely
need
love
from
to be
us.
on there. Yeah.
We'll help you out.
100%. All right, Paul, Dom, we appreciate it.
Let Dustin know what he missed.
Drink at westin.com for everything.
Oh, do you want to play it out?
Yeah,
You should play it out.
Adventures, they're the best of friends. Always sticking together until the end.
Country music radio.
Sanford 3, wild and free, living life to the fullest. Can't you see?
I'm getting imagery of like us like wearing like really skimpy underwear and pouring beers on each other.
Dom's going to get some kimchi.
We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.